Since the beginning of 2023, 13 police officers have been killed across the country and several more were left with career-threatening injuries. Recently, 6 cops were shot within 48 hours in separate Cape Town incidents. Police officers are being targeted on and off duty. The South African Police Union is calling for those who attack police officers to be charged with treason. Lesiba Thobakgale from the South African Police Union joins us now. Good morning, Lesiba. Thank you for joining us. I would like to think that, harsher sentences should be, of course, the main topic of discussion here for criminals who kill cops. But would this harsher sentences make this problem miraculously go away?
Thank you for having us today. Greetings to your viewers back at home. We strongly believe as a South African Policing Union that those who are found guilty of killing police officers, if in terms of the law, the lawmakers make it possible that they receive harsher sentences, we believe that it will really make a lot of them not to commit these crimes. Remember, up until the president declares police killings as treason, then those harsher sentences cannot come in. That is why, as an organization, we made a call to the president to declare police killings as treason, for it is crime against the state. Police officers are not representing themselves, they represent the state at all times. So the state has a duty to make sure that they are protected because they are our protectors. Without them, we will be left as communities without any form of protection.
Before I want to get to that last bit you mentioned about protection and the protection of police officers in general, I want to ask, why do you think this problem is so massive at the moment? It seems like it is increasing, these attacks on police officers. And I don't know if this is something that is maybe one of the root causes of this, but it seems like firearms are also very easily accessible to criminals. Do you think that's one of the main reasons, and why do we have this issue?
The high level of criminality in South Africa, as you have seen with the latest fourth quarter crime statistics that were released by the minister not long ago, it really shows you that violent crime in South Africa is prevalent. It is not under control. And the very same criminals that goes and terrorize our communities are the very same criminals that have the audacity to go and attack police officers. Police officers get targeted. In the Free State, sometime last week, a female police officer working in a satellite police station, the criminals came there in that police station wearing balaclavas. They came in having that audacity to go and shoot at her, and then they ran away. And including those incidents that happened within the Western Cape and other places. Criminals, they know that when police officers are isolated, in most cases, when they are off duty, they get targeted, mostly because of they know that, there's a whole lot of grudges that come with the nature of the work that police officers do. Then criminals, when our police officers then happen to be off duty, getting isolated, then they go and attack them. They even have, the audacity to go and attack them even when they are on duty. And at that level, they even take those firearms to go and terrorize even our communities. So it is total criminality. These criminals do not have hearts. They do not have respect for the rule of law that is applicable in South Africa. That is why we are saying that even our members, they should not die with the tools of trade being in their hands or being in their holsters. They need to make sure that they defend themselves within the ambit of the law, because we continue to see the high rate or the high numbers of police attacks and police killings occurring within South African context.
And apart from harsher sentences, Lesiba, I think, that's one solution, but there surely should be something that can be done right now, because family members are losing loved ones at the end of the day. These are men and women that serve the country, and they need to be protected. Police Minister Thobakgale, he's attended a few funerals of police officers, and it seems like his only solution sometimes is more boots on the ground. But surely, like I said, something needs to be done immediately to protect our police officers.
We have a campaign that we call Protect the Protectors, where we go to our communities. We say to our communities, let us work hand in glove with the police in protecting our protectors, who are the police, clearly informed by the fact that those criminals, they don't live in any other planet. They are not in Mars, they are not in planet Venus, but they are with us within our communities. That is why we, through that campaign, one of the solutions that we have identified is to say, if our communities, because they are the ones who know these criminals, they know what is it that they have done to whom, they know who has firearms, illegal firearms, they know where those illegal firearms are being kept. They can act and be activists and ensure that they protect our protectors, who are police officers, by making sure that they expose those criminals who go and attack our police officers. Because it is a reality, the high rate or the high numbers of police officers that we are losing, who are being attacked and who are being killed, we will end up not having police officers to protect ourselves. That is why we are making this call to our communities that let us hold hands together. It does not matter where one can come and say, it does not involve me, let me not involve myself. So we are saying that communities should join us in our campaign and make sure that they come out and inform us as police officers of those criminals who continue to kill our police officers, so we can be able to make sure that they face the mighty hand of the law.
Lesiba, very important that you mentioned there the role of communities. But, sometimes, unfortunately, community members, they are afraid of their own lives because, especially, when we go to communities where gangsterism is rife, if you go to the police and you say this is happening at this location, they are not guaranteed that they will stay anonymous sometimes. So that is also one of the issues that community members are facing. So it seems like it's, this one needs to protect this one, and then this one needs to protect this one. It's this whole cycle of protection that needs to happen. But if you can briefly just, mention something along the, what your thoughts are on that, just very briefly.
Remember, there are crime hotlines that they can report anonymously. One does not have to expose themselves, their identity, if maybe they are fearing for their own personal lives, to say those criminals, if they happen to know, then they will come and attack them as well, or even endanger their lives. So they can report that anonymously without them having to disclose their own identity. Further to that, that is why we are also calling on communities to have active community policing forums, because without community policing forum, which plays a critical role in issues that relates to policing within our communities. So they can also, report to community policing forum, who are also working hand in glove with the police if they are unable to call the hotline, if they are unable to go and report on their own. So that is also another means that is there, because communities need to work hand in glove with the police in regards to this.
Thank you so much. Lesiba Thobakgale, unfortunately, all we have time for this morning from your side. The South African Policing Union, of course, joining us live this morning. Let's go to this.